Welcome everyone to the video. Welcome to the channel. As you guys know, this is our brand new eBay store channel, and I'll be walking you guys through the whole process here about eBay store, starting a brand new one. I'm kind of learning too for the first time. I mean, it's been a long time since I have actually started an eBay store, so a lot of things that are new to me. And as far as starting from the ground up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Please like the video, subscribe, comment, hit the bell notification, and let's go ahead and get going here. So far, no sales, but we only have one item listed. We just have a hat. It's fairly a worn hat. It's nothing, it's a Raiders hat. It is a cool hat. If it was in better condition, I know it would sell a little bit better. Also, too, we have no feedback. So we're working with no feedback at the moment. Obviously, the more feedback, the more credibility you have. So we're definitely got to build our way up there as well, too. But it all starts with listing items. We got to get items listed, and we got to get items up that people want and people want to buy. First off here, things are really different, and I'm used to seeing a certain layout in my store, and I do believe it's because I do have a store subscription, so I get the dashboard, I get all the, all the metrics and everything to monitor my store, and so I see that automatically. This is what I see for. Let me pop up the picture here. This is what I see for. The brand new store. I'm like, what? This doesn't look anything like what I'm used to seeing. So my eBay selling overview. So you click on the little selling. I'm used to click on the little selling button, and it takes you to how many listings you have, how many you sold, how many you got to ship out, what are your tasks for the day, all that. But this is it. This is for a brand new store. So and now, mind you, I haven't done this in a while. So when you have not seen something or done something in a long time, it's pretty foreign to you, and you tend to want to kind of revert back to what you know. Now, I am a eBay seller leader for my city, so I kind of have I can set up meetings with other resellers and eBay people that are involved in eBay locally if I want to, if I can. Not something that I get paid for or anything like that. It's not something that it's kind of extra stuff as a way to network with other sellers in the area. Now, and I've been to eBay many times, and I was just at eBay not too long ago. I got the opportunity to meet with not just eBay employees, but with other people that are on eBay. And one of the things, and a person I did meet who was brand new to eBay, or not necessarily maybe brand new to eBay, but they're not really a full-time seller. And they're not even a part-time seller either. So there's full-time sellers, and my other channel, which is Gem Flipper, I tend to gear the content more towards people that are really serious in either full-time or real serious part-timers. And from what, not just talking to this person, but also talking to other eBay representatives, people there at eBay, the majority out there are not full-time sellers. You're going to see a lot of people on eBay. Let me just show you really quick before I click this picture away what we actually have sold. Let me just close that one out, or what we have listed. So this is what we have listed here. Okay, it looks very different than what I'm used to, right? So this is what now on the phone. It looks the same for me. It looks the same for a brand new store. It looks the same. So we're going to be focusing more on the store, and the reason why is because let me close that out. And the reason why is because I think they're really focused on getting their mobile up and running, and most people are using mobile. And from what I've been hearing, is that a lot of people are just casual sellers. They're not really necessarily looking to make this a supplemental income. They just have stuff around that they would like to sell. And then when they run out, they run out. They're not actively constantly trying to, build it up to supplement their own income. They just want to make some extra money here and there on items that they have laying around. And so these people are not using the computer. They're not using the desktop at all. As a matter of fact, I met someone who doesn't even use the app on their phone. They use the web browser on their phone, not even the app. That was interesting too. I was like, wow, geez, they're not even downloading the app. But and they're selling designer bags on there. They're selling maybe about I think it was about 2 or 3 bags a month. Nothing really that wild, but they're successful at it just using the app, and that's the success that they would like. They're not, into it. They're not into visiting all kinds of thrift stores and everything like, you see me doing on my other channel or other people doing. And from what I've learned is the people on YouTube that are promoting, reselling, that have reselling stores, they're full-time, part-time. That's a very small minority of the sellers. Big voice, obviously, bigger voice, but a very small group when it comes to the reselling community that's out there. Most of them don't even watch YouTube. Most of them don't even really care what's going on in the YouTube world. Most of them are just part-time, and most of them are just focused on using their phone, on just using their phone. See, you're using the phone. That's it. It's easy. It's convenient. It has the camera. The app has pretty much all the features you're going to need. There are some other features that where you do require a desktop computer, some more advanced features on here, but we're just beginning. We're not going to need any of those advanced things right now. There's no benefit at the moment. There's no real benefit to getting a store other than to have it look like what I'm doing now to make it a little easier on the desktop for me. But I too have been going more and more mobile as time has gone on. They're adding more features to it. There's more research tools on it. And that's what a lot of people right now are using. And I think that's what really, really drove a lot of success to platforms like Whatnot, Poshmark, Mercari, is that they are all in on mobile. They have desktop, don't get me wrong, they have desktop applications, or through the web. But it's more, it seems more friendly on mobile to use. Okay, so we're going to walk through here the process of listing an item only on mobile. Okay, again, this is based on information, based on me talking to people at eBay, other sellers, other buyers locally, that it seems to be that mobile is pretty much the favored way right now to resell. You may hear other people talk on here, do your desktop. It's easier desktop, pictures desktop. But we're moving into a, mobile. Everybody has mobile phones. We're moving more in that direction every single day, moving up far away. People I met who have never used the eBay, have never used eBay on the computer ever. They print all their labels from their phones and everything. I'm like, wow. Obviously, they're not doing it full time. I wouldn't even say they're really doing it part time. It's more casual for them. So, and those are the, I guess those are the people who I'm trying to talk. I mean, anybody can, casual sellers, full-time sellers. Yeah, I'm trying to just try to teach here, going through the whole process, going through the motions of a brand new store. Okay, this is kind of like the intro here, so I'm going to cut it here, and then we're going to jump over to, or I'll have a pop up on the screen through showing you what it looks like on mobile. Okay, so this is what we got here. As you can see, I already have the little screen. Oh, this way. No, wait. This way. I already have the screen up here ready to go. But this is what we have, or what we're listing here. A pair of shoes. Oops, gotta get it. Gotta put it right in front of me here. So there's the shoe right here. Some Nikes. The Invincible Run 3. Pretty great condition shoe. So my son was able to get these for $10 on a clearance. So really cool. And they should sell for some pretty good profit. Let's walk through the whole process here of what we're going to do to get these items listed. Again, this is on mobile based on what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing locally with local sellers, and in speaking with eBay as well too. I'll just say eBay, people at eBay, people at events and stuff like that. So here we go. Let me go ahead and get this launched. And here we go. So first we're going to hit the sell an item, okay? Then we're going to search, and it's going to take you to a search. You could do like, you're going to hear a lot of people say, about selling, sell similar. You can do that too, but then you're going to need to clean up the listings. Here we're just going to go sell an item, and we're going to type in a search. eBay is automatically going to search for items as we're typing in what we have here. Then we're going to look for the closest match to what we have. It might not be exact. We're definitely probably going to make some changes to it, but this one looks pretty good, and we're going to go ahead and continue with that. And then, that's pretty obvious. New, pre-owned, whatever, pre-owned are the ones we have. They are technically pre-owned, even though you got them retail. They are pre-owned. We got to change the title. We don't really like the structure there. We don't like that sizing right in the beginning. Obviously, some people have got it sold like that, but we're going to go ahead and change it up a bit and make it look a little nicer, a little more presentable, in my opinion. Of course, again, some people sold it like the other, and the other method, having the size first. But we're going to change it up a bit, and I do want to get exactly what the item is. We know they're Nike shoes, so you're going to use Nike, of course, then the style they are, or the model that they are, who it suits, men or women. We're going to put that in there. And then the size, you don't have to necessarily type size. I just put the number in there. I don't, I kind of leave size out. I think I can, pick better words like colors and stuff like that, as opposed to just putting in the size, So we have white, we have running shoes, and then, while I was making this, I was having trouble remembering how to spell athleisure, which is a great keyword to use, for shoes that people are, still want to be a little athletic, but yet have a leisure look or leisure feel to the items that they are wearing. So that can also apply to clothing, shoes, anything that's more kind of lounge yet athletic lounge. As you can see, we already have them in the men's category. We have pre-owned. We have some item specifics already filled out, but we're going to need to go in here and make the necessary changes. You saw in the title, I put navy blue, but blue is really the only option in there that you can select. Make sure you have the right size, in there as well too. Make sure the code is correct, because the code was for a different shoe. We obviously have a different color and everything. So we're going to go in there and put the appropriate. Now, this is found on the tag, so it's all, given to you already. So you just got to make sure you put in the right one. You don't have to necessarily fill it out. You could put that in the title. I put it here usually. And then Nike Zoom X, as far as the width goes, the standard width. It's a low top shoe. Theme, look, as you can see, athleisure is here, but I'm also going to collect sports because it could be a running, jogging shoe, more sporty. The upper is a fly knit. Is it vintage or not? Performance activity. Running, jogging, gym. So you're going to want to make sure to select the ones that are appropriate for your shoe. You don't just want to spam the system, because then it might not give it to the right people. So make sure you use the appropriate one and leave out ones that, if you don't even know, leave it out. If you have no idea, just don't fill out this randomly. Just don't go through here and randomly picking everything. Pick out the appropriate specifics for your item. And again, if you don't know, you don't know. No harm in leaving it blank. One thing down here, the custom SKU, that's if you have some sort of filing system where you keep your items in, to help keep you organized. You can definitely use that. Most might not. Description, I just use AI. You can use whatever you want. Really, really doesn't make too much of a difference or matters. You just don't want to be inaccurate in there. The price, eBay will give you suggestions as far as, what to price it at, what recent solds have looked like. However, it's not very, very accurate right now. So I would recommend do your own research, go through solds, and based on what we saw, me and my son, that is, they should go for right around $80 to $90. So we're going to price right in the middle, and we're going to throw offers in there because we got a great price for it. So we have a lot of room to play with. The shipping, this trips up a lot of people here. UPS Ground Advantage is what you're going to be using. You can use Priority. It's going to be more expensive. I use a generic like box size, just 12 by 10 by 10. It's not going to change the price any that much at all. And then 3 pounds. So it weighs about 3. You want a little bit of extra room there. These are just under 2 pounds by themselves, but you want a little bit of extra room for packaging material and the box size. And then promotions. So as far as promotions go, that's up to you, what you're willing to spend. I have, promotions preset on mine. I'm not using the actual real store right now. But I'm using my old store phone. So that's why all those pre-done what do you call it? Ads are on, or the ones I've already made. You saw two ads on there that I already have running in my store. So I just selected one just to kind of show you guys. But this will be going up in my son's store, or the store that I have hands on with, direct hands on with. But this will be going up in my son's store, so we'll be creating the listing. But it looks exactly the same as for mobile. On the desktop, it'll probably look a little bit different on how to get started. Once you get into it, it should look very much the same as everybody else. But I think mobile is going to be the way to go for this. Again, with the shipping, let me close this window. The 12 by 10 by 10 dimensions are kind of, you could even go 14 10 by 10, and it's not going to change the price as far as what the buyer is going to pay. I always recommend, having the buyer pay the shipping. That's my recommendation. You can do whatever you like, but I always recommend buyer pays shipping. But the 12 by 10 by 10 is not going to fluctuate the price really. If you do 12 by 10 by 10, what's going to affect the price is the weight. Once you start going to a 12 by 12 inches, then you're going to start to see a difference in the price based on the dimensions. If you go, like I said, if you go 14 10 10, that still really doesn't change the needle at all very much. Once you start changing the width, that really throws things kind of off. The height as well too. As far as the length, once you start going into 15 and 16, then you start seeing changes in it. So just be aware of that. For shoes, if you're just doing shoes, I stick to 12 by 10 by 10. Obviously, the box is not going to be 12 by 10 by 10. The box is going to be probably a 12 by 8 by 6 box is what's going to fit into, but it's not going to affect the price. I do 12 by 10 by 10 because it's easy, it's quick. I'm just boom, 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 getting the listings out. It's not going to affect the price at all. So that's why I do that. So, okay, let's go ahead and move on to the pictures. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention, I just noticed right now, was in the shipping, some shoes will go through an authenticity program that eBay offers. And apparently these shoes are going to go through the authenticity program. I didn't think they were. That's more, I thought maybe Jordans or more higher end shoes, not really just running shoes or jogging shoes, but these apparently will go through the authenticity program. eBay kind of predetermines that. It's kind of determined by the price and the shoe it is. So, and if that's the case, they're going to go via FedEx, and that's just completely free. You really don't have to worry about it. You just throw them in a box. You can pick any box size at that point too. It doesn't really even matter what box size because it's going to go via FedEx. And all you got to do is just get the label. When you get your order, you print the label out. It gives it to you automatically. Just slap it on the box, and you'll send it through their authenticity program, which might help us at this point because we are starting a brand new store. So because it's going through the authenticity program, it gives it a little bit more gives the buyer a little bit more assurance that we are a legit store here with zero feedback. So just be aware of that. Some shoes will go through the authenticity program. There's other things that will too as well. Purses, some higher end clothes. So just to be aware of that fact, because when I went back and looked at it, it looked a bit different. I saw the FedEx thing on there, and I'm like, oh, that's authenticity program. Normally, it would be USPS Ground Advantage, but okay. Now we have everything set up. I scroll back up to the top. Oh, let me start the little video for you guys here. So we scroll all the way back up to the top, and we're going to start adding in our pictures for this item. As you can see, it gives you kind of a reference as to what you should be taking pictures of. Been doing this for a while, so I kind of already just, I have a routine and everything, and there are the shoes right there. We're going to change it to that smaller square shot, because sometimes when you're taking pictures that rectangular, it might get cut off, or the person might have to scroll in the main picture and look around. You just want them to see the picture, and that's it. You don't have to do anything else. Look at the picture, and you're done. So you want to switch to that square picture. Okay, now we're going to jump over to the actual pictures, and you'll see me taking pictures. Okay, let's go ahead and snap these photos here. You're going to see me and how I like to arrange the shoes for my photo setup. I have the rule, not really necessary for shoes, more necessary for other stuff that I use and sell here. Make sure it's clean, make sure there's no hairs or anything weird. I have the white poster boy background. Another ruler over there, again, really doesn't apply to shoes, but can't help, I really use that more for other. You can tuck the laces, tie the laces. I have a feeling, I don't feel either way on them. I'll leave them the way they are. This is the way they came. So we're going to leave them that way. I mean, they're not all weird or wongo, so that's cool. Okay, so the first setup for the main photo, this is kind of what I like to do here. Kind of set up in this, fashion. You get a good shot of this side, and then you get, a shot of this side. I just think it makes a nice presentation as far as the initial photo. There's some little fluff or something there. Okay, we'll take that off. Okay. So let's go ahead and just get them arranged so we get a nice shot of kind of both shoes there. And then we get zoomed in. You want to take a nice tight photo, so get in there nice and tight. You don't want to leave anything out. As long as you have that square, you're okay. And then start snapping away. So that's the first photo. This is going to be the initial photo that everyone's going to see. Then we obviously want to get each side of the shoe as well too. And again, you want to get in there really, really tight with your photos. Make sure you fill up that frame as much as you can. And then make sure it's nice and even, and you can see the shoe really well. Next one here, we're going to get the inside of this shoe here. It's kind of like the flow that I like to move in. Take a photo there. Then we're going to go ahead and flip it around and get the other side. Get there nice and tight. Okay. You don't want to have so much negative space because we're not showing the negatives. The negative space isn't really necessary. They want to see the shoe, not the negative space. Obviously, because it's a shoe, you're going to have a lot of up and down negative space, so to be expected when you're taking the photos. Then next we're going to put them like that. We're going to have the top, kind of a top photo, like from here to here, just to kind of show that side as well too. I always like to show kind of the front of the shoe just to show that there's no damage here or drag or issues with the front there. So I always like to take a picture of the front. Not that many people do. And then I take a picture of the back as well too. Back here. Nice tight photo. Boom. And then I also like to take a picture of the top of the shoe here because that's where your foot's going to get, where you insert your foot. So there's going to be wear around this area, especially back here towards the heel. There could be considerable amount of wear. So I definitely want to take a picture showing, well, with these shoes, there's no wear, so, or showing any wear or anything like that. You can zoom in if you want on these photos on the app as well too if you need to. Again, we're just trying to eliminate all the negative space and show the shoes in the best possible light. Now that we got that, there's an inside tag in there. You guys can see that. There's a tag. We're going to take a picture of the tag so that way everybody can see that. It's okay if your fingers or anything are in the photo. That's a-okay. Not a problem. Then we do the bottoms. Let's see if we can get this. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that to stand up on its own, so I'm going to hold it with one hand here. And I kind of have it zoomed in, so I'm not getting everything in the photo. So we're going to try to get everything in the photo. Nice tight shot. Boom. And there we go. And that is it. That is all, photoing shoes. Some other items, definitely you don't need to photo as much, but for shoes, these are the angles and everything that I like to take. All right, so we got all those photoed, and this is what it looks like here. Let me start the little video here. That is what it looks like in the app when you have all your photos in there. And good amount of photos. Don't overphoto. Make sure you, get any problems, issues with the shoe, anything like that. You can make edits too if you want as well. Rotate it if it's weird. If you want a closer, tighter shot, you can definitely crop in if you like. Again, try not to cut off the shoe if you can. However, I took the photos the way I would like them, so we're just going to leave them that way. And a good amount of photos. Again, I might put more photos in there, but not necessary. And then you scroll down to the end if you want to draft it or if you just want to list it, whatever you would like to do at that point when it comes to shoes or anything really, So that's general, how you would list items. It might be a little easier for some, depending upon what you're listing, to sell similar. But when it comes to shoes, this is great. Just go buy now. You don't really need to, do a sell similar. Really, they do a good job of pulling shoes that are pretty similar to what you have. When you just go sell a shoe, or you go sell an item, and then you just walk through the process there to set up the shoe. Selling similar really can't help if you're selling weird, unusual items as well too. You can kind of pull from the other listings, other specifics that person's using. Be cautious though. Make sure you're editing the specifics. You can use the AI description tool. I do, but make sure you go through and proofread it. Make sure there's no errors in there, inconsistencies, things that are not supposed to be in there. Make sure you take those out. You could just copy the title and put it in there. You could have a generic, we offer free returns. We offer, customer service, yada, yada, yada. You could do that as well, too. I've seen some crazy descriptions where people put in there, there's no returns at all whatsoever. Make sure you're looking at the photos. Da-da-da. I'm like, wow, people get wild with their descriptions. I like to make it easy on myself, and I've had no issues with AI. Just knock on wood. I have no problems with AI descriptions at all since they've implemented it. Way better description than what I can list as well too. And on my main store, we do really, really well in that store. Brand new store. Let's see how we do. We'll get these shoes listed. They should sell pretty quickly, I think. I turned on best offer. You don't necessarily have to turn on best offer, but we have a lot of room as far as, how much money we're going to make on this item. Obviously, if you're going to be making a little bit less, if it's not going to hit the margins you would like, then you might not want to do offers or accept offers. I generally, for the most part, like offers, accept offers. Because I try to buy at rock bottom prices. So I have a lot of room always with the items I purchase and buy and list on my other store. I always have plenty of room. So if you guys want to see my other channel, Gem Flipper, is definitely, it's linked down below. But if you just type in Gem Flipper on YouTube, you should be able to find it pretty easily. And those are shopping videos more geared towards your serious eBayers or people that are really, really wanting to get into it on a part-time basis or full-time basis. But if you're just interested in casual, I can offer some advice as well there too. There are what sold videos on there as well, so you can see what I've been selling. If you're into weird, unusual stuff, trying to sell, items that, I had my video that came out, what's today? Today's Thursday, the day I'm doing this. So a video came out Thursday, which several items with no-name items that sold, using the appropriate keywords to get items sold as well too. Something like Nike shoes, very, very easy to get listed, to get your title up there, describe it, what it is. There are some items out there where it's tough. You got to know your keywords, got to know what you're doing, you got to know your items to get them sold. And that's really what I try to share on the other channel as well too. The weird, unusual, unique items you can make money on that aren't necessarily obvious. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope this helps you out. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. Subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button to like the video, and we'll see you in the next one.